Oh yeah, here we are back at the blockchain basement. Welcome. We got Bitcoin ripping back up to the $70,000 level. Let's see if we can break this glass ceiling like Hillary Clinton wanted to so very badly back in the day. We also have a settlement, breaking news of a settlement coming out between Do Kwon and SEC litigation. That might be a pretty big catalyst. Chaotically enough, I'm going to show you the Luna graph. It's going to make many want to puke. And also, whispers of an Elon Musk-Trump crypto partnership. What the hell is going on here? We're going to dive through all this, see if what we're dealing with is fake news, if we should be overly excited, or if this is just a scam. You know what I mean? We got to find out. Shout out to everyone that's joining us for the show. Benny Blue Eyes, Nicole, saw you got the car running. Good on you. Manawak, F Ukraine, Sawtooth Hiker, Drift Man, all the people. 2 Pump Crypto Chump. Have you seen this guy? Got new project on base called Bag with Coke Bump. Yes, indeed. We have. Yesterday was chaotic. I woke up with the meme coin hangover. Wait a minute. A meme coin was born from yesterday? Yes. The meme coin lives. We came back and our meme coin was still there. Big shout out to everyone, man. And we haven't even gotten started yet. That was the beautiful thing about the chart last night, folks. But we're going to check out everything going on in crypto. Been scuffing the news, just going through everything. There's a lot of kind of misinformation floating out, but also a big part of today's show is I'm acknowledging the trajectory of where we're at right now with Bitcoin and what's a reasonable expectation I have for what the top 10 in crypto will actually look like at the peak of the next bull market. This matters a lot because I know a lot of blue chip holders that are wondering when you're going to wake up. Is Cardano still alive? Is Polkadot still alive? All of that good stuff. I'm going to be getting into that right now. $0 G-Roll coming in with the Membies. Shout out to you. The OG chat was absolutely lit up last night. Looking crazy this morning too. Shout out to you guys. You guys are awesome. So let's get into this. Make sure to follow me here at Twitter at Druth Crypto on the Twitters. Building this out, joining the spaces, starting to join the spaces, cutting a little time for it. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, we're at 54.3 thousand subscribers. Really nice to see. But this is really nice to see as well. Bitcoin trying to do some feisty business here. We have it punching up on the day, up 2.7% so far at 69.3. Right before we went live, though, we saw a little bit of an attempt here. Ran into a previous little shelf right here at 69.5, essentially 69.52. Yeah, it got a little bit of slappy do. But it's trying to break up into this nether realm here where 70K and beyond, that's where things get real feisty. I love to see it happening right now. At large, if we look at this thing, and I always like the backed up view. This is on the 15-minute, what we're looking at right now. Back up on the hourly, and really just quite a juicy resurgence. A lot of people worried, oh my God, it's a sell the news event. ETFs mean nothing. This was, in fact, a loser's game. We're getting out, and they have lost heavily if they did exit the market since this retracement. Now, you got to acknowledge the $72,000+, right around just about $72,000 for Bitcoin. That came real hot and heavy very quickly. And really, if you're just looking at this thing from a nice backed up perspective, this is the initial punch up to the Bitcoin ETF. So we ain't seen nothing yet. Seen some good metrics showing that too. It's from Santiment talking about the historical holding of wallets that have at least 10 Bitcoin. Why this matters to me is this is what the big money minds are doing. This is what the market leaders are doing. And often things follow whale wallets. So we're going to check this out. Got to get a drink real quick. I got a lip dinner in. You know what I mean, Owen? You got the lip dinner. I heard people call them lip pillows, but I call them lip dinners. You know what I mean? It's where I get my sustenance from. I had someone ask me if the Zyn pouch is the same thing as the snoo. There's all kinds of different types of nicotine that you can take in. You know what I mean? And they all come in the little packets. It gets a little confusing. I like ons, okay? No big deal. But let's check out what the whale wallets are doing here. Historically, one of crypto's top leading indicators is the collective holdings of wallets with at least 10 Bitcoin. When they accumulate, crypto rises. When they dump, you know the drill. So this is just a quick view of this. I'm going to have this viewpoint because right here, get my face out of the way for this one. October 21st of 2019, big shark and whale accumulation begun. In the midst of the market's decline, continuing past the COVID scare all the way through early 2022. And that is in the kind of shaded green area. But then we reach the peak right here of the accumulation zone, February 16th of 2022. Mass dumping begins as U.S. interest rates wreak havoc on all markets. Well, I think there's a lot more to play with. I think the overall 4-year cycle happened here. And it came back down, really didn't go too far. And now we see, right as all of those ETF approvals had hit the table, the whale wallets are accumulating once again. And honestly, if you're asking me if I'm having to shoot from the hip, we're somewhere very similar to about right here in terms of relevance to where this is going. So I think that, when I look at Bitcoin, and this is just to get us a good groundwork for a later dive I'm going to do into ADA and Polkadot, is we're sitting at $69,200. Here's the all-time graph. I hate how they do this thing to me all the time. Feel the all-time graph here. So we're ranging, we're getting ready for the next move up, but right now where it sits, the market cap of the entire crypto space is sitting at $2.5 trillion. Okay, the total market cap. And so when I see that we're gaining momentum, we're gaining steam right now, 3xing the previous all-time high at 3 trillion, somewhere around 9 to possibly even $10 trillion is no longer off the table for me. I am having to acknowledge that it is actually happening. They wanted the ETFs. They got their ETFs. We see the meetings of the Bank of International Settlements, all of these gargantuan organizations, which I never dreamed would be so open to crypto this early on, just a few cycles into since I've been watching crypto. I'm looking at this and I feel like we can 3x the previous all-time high of our market cap at the peak of the next bull market. So with that being said, I'm going to be getting into the rest of the stuff, but for Bitcoin in particular, still targeting around, it's more so at the 200 to 300 level. I am adjusting, thinking that, we're going to do a little bit better than 150, just at the rate things are. And the Bitcoin dominance, we follow this just to time out the alt season. Buy rights, if this historically repeats, it should be breaking down somewhere in November of this year. So basically treating the next few months up until November as my, heavy altcoin accumulation zone. That is why, the title of the video for altcoin buying zone is highlighted in what I'm doing with my personal portfolio, of course, is assuming that history is going to rhyme to a large degree on these breakdowns of Bitcoin dominance, thus kicking off an actual altcoin season. And we see the 10, 20x's, they're happening right now, but the true juicy part of this market, in my opinion, is not going to be really kicking off till November of this year. So this is the Bitcoin dominance. Now, one thing to watch here, as I'm talking about the ETFs, we had the whale wallets accumulating. We established that. That looks great. But now we have ETFs and these massive institutions that likely won't be rolling their Bitcoin into much lower market cap or things outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum at large. That is my opinion. When we see a large amount of Bitcoin ETFs and holdings of that be put in place, it's going to stay there and have better staying power than in previous markets. You can see after the second halving in 2016, the dominance fell down to 35%. Now, in the previous bull market that we had, the dominance came down to 39%. So you have a diminished loss in dominance in Bitcoin over those two cycles. Now, as it sits right here, if we generally follow this bottom line of trend that we're building up, and those ETFs incite kind of the idea to hold more Bitcoin rather than lose as much to the other, Solana, Polkadot, Cardano, you name it, all the other altcoins that are out there. I think that will more reasonably come down to about the 42, 43% level. That's just me shooting from the hip, looking at this thing. I think I was thinking long and hard about how much staying power this ETF injection, this new variable we have into the markets will actually be when it comes to losing the control of the market as far as Bitcoin's concerned. But that doesn't mean I don't think Ethereum is going to take up some. So right now, it's just I'm feeling good about the time frame. We are in the buy-in zone. I feel like we got about 190 days left on that. Seeing these whale wallets eking back up into the green, another good sign of it. We see stuff like this just going into the overall worldwide adoption side of this, is that the Bitcoin mining company Ocean Mining is relocating its headquarters to El Salvador. El Salvador, a country that was the first mover on turning its currency into Bitcoin. Now they're operating off Bitcoin. Things are going in a good direction for this country. And now it's been, over the past few years, actively working to reinvent itself, yada, yada, yada. But recent measures include amending tax laws in March, eliminate the 30% tax on international transfers, and jailing gang members to enhance the safety of citizens, doing some pretty damn big things. Shout out to you, Loddity Oddity, gifting the 5 memberships. Oh my God. We got Willis Wilford, Jacob Huffman. Hop in the Discord, get in the OG chat with your new status, folks. Take advantage of it. It's absolutely lit in there. But these efforts appear to be paying off. Kathy Wood recently predicted tenfold increase in El Salvador's GDP over the next 5 years. In a recent post by Stacy Hubert, the director for the National Bitcoin Office, confirmed Ocean Mining is relocating its entire HQ to El Salvador. They're enticing big futuristic brands and companies into what was, a country people thought was just going to go and continue to be second, third world country, is turned around in a really big way. And a big part of that was sparked by the open-armed acceptance of Bitcoin by Nayib Bukele. The country is it's a hard thing to do. It's a big decision to make. It's scary, but El Salvador was pushed to the breaking point and they had to make the move. They did it. But then, in speaking of tourists going in, it looks like the White House and President Biden, this was the original post that came out on Twitter this morning. A lot of people took this as Biden himself is going to El Salvador. That is not the case. If we look into this, he's announced a presidential delegation to the Republic of El Salvador to attend inauguration of Nayib Bukele. And instead of Biden, it will be, let's see here, the Honorable Marisa Lago, yada, yada. No, here it is. Alejandro Mayorkas. I know this name well. Secretary of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security will lead the delegation. Just a quick reminder that Mayorkas was nearly impeached for leaving our borders wide open, absolutely rugging us here in the United States for the last 4 years. Very un-American moves this man has made in the past. Now he's leading the delegation to help Biden change his tune. I feel like Biden's had to change his tune in a big, big way after realizing that all the big money, the young generation, they all want crypto. They want their financial freedom. They want to be able to hold their crypto in self-custody storage. You know what I mean? That is what the world wants. And here on the Blockchain Basement, I got to give a big shout out to a channel partner, and that is Arculus. Arculus is the world's #1 cold storage app, and it's an app, it's a card, it's a metal card, very easy to use. Make sure to click the link in our description and get your hands on one today. You can use code BASE10, get your hands on this, and you can show it to your family really easy. That's what I like about it. It's very simple to explain to them. They don't have to act like you're some kind of science wizard in the background trying to convince them into this algorithm. Just a card, tap, and it has 3-factor authentication. So I like keeping my people in crypto safe, and that is just a great partnership to have with the company. So support the channel, get yourself some today. And now we move on to this. This is interesting as far as inroads being built between the United States and the United Kingdom. This is from Hester Peirce, has announced the proposal for a joint U.S. and U.K. digital security sandbox, a special safe harbor where companies in both jurisdictions can experiment using blockchain tech for trading securities without fear of regulatory admonishment. Her letter proposes inviting the U.S. to play in the sandbox, which was first proposed by the Bank of England for UK companies. So she's talking about cross-border sandboxing becoming even more transformative than solely domestic ones. I mean, that's a reasonable take. You could have used less. I mean, I guess they got to use more sexy language, but really just making sure that the systems work, that you can transfer value across crypto blockchains from one country to the next. the whole regulatory minefield that's set up right now is what needs to be sorted out at large. You have, I mean, America is one of the hardest when it comes to our SEC. Then you see insane tax levels. I believe India was one of the tax levels on crypto that I saw was just absolutely unheard of. So, you know, these countries working together, because it is a worldwide system that crypto is, that blockchain is. That's where the power of it is that people that are unbanked, people that have no opportunity in their fiat holdings can access this stuff and really change their lives. So it is good, in my opinion, to see these inroads being built out. I know I got a lot of problems with banks and how they do things. You know, maybe the negativity in my mind that has just been built up from seeing years and years of scams, the whole history of the damn thing. Maybe I'm a little too salty. And maybe, do I seem like I'm too salty about the whole situation that Owen thinks I'm right on track? Okay. I'm going to trust that. You're like, you ever see Home Improvement, Owen? You watch Home Improvement? That's my man. That's why we get along. You know what I mean? You're just nodding in the back. Yeah. Like, I'm glad you keep me honest back there on. So we've seen this, and now I talk about the scam of the banking system because it largely leaves behind the average person that's not able to understand the concept of inflation outpacing their ability to make more money / save. It takes your ability to save away, and it really rugs people out of their whole careers. Like, you can work, 30 or 40 years, get your retirement plan, and then find out it's not enough to actually stop being a cog in the wheel. So you have to stay there, and just escaping the wheel in general. That's what crypto, I find, is heavily about, not being stuck in that mindset. This was a absolutely great post from River. And this is something that if something is on the outside, they're not believing anything you say about the unrealized losses, all that stuff. Bring this up to them. It's from @River. People focus a lot on the cost of living today, which I'm guilty as charged. But this is the real number to look at. You need to grow your wealth by 6.8% per year to be better off. Just flat out. You have to grow your net value by 6.8% per year. And that's how much money is being printed on average. So you're having to outpace the US government's printing. And when they start to go down that rabbit hole, they realize, oh my God, that $100 billion Ukraine bill is going to make it much harder for me to keep up with outpacing their level of printing. Then all of the cogs, I feel like even in liberal people or the people that don't care about, sovereignty right now, if you get these cogs in their mind turning and they realize that they have to increase their value by 6.8% a year to literally just keep up with the amount of money printing going on, I think it hits a little bit harder. And this is just a great visual. That amount of US dollars is growing once again. This is the amount of money being printed, the M2 money supply. And you can see we highlighted it the moment that it's coming back up into the green, because we all know what this means. This was just an absolute anomaly, having it sitting pretty flat for a few years. But, there was Trump in office. Speaking of Trump, this came out. Elon Musk could become policy advisor if Trump wins election, according to the Wall Street Journal. Posted, Trump is considering tapping billionaire Elon Musk as a policy advisor if the Republican presidential candidate reclaims the White House in a November election. The Wall Street Journal reported on Wednesday, citing people familiar with the talks. This is what's actually going on. It's not the case. Here's a post. Even Bloomberg decided to put up this. Everyone's hella excited. They're like, oh my God. Now, right under this is why I love Twitter for actual news, is that Elon Musk, pretty sure he never discussed this with Trump, although he is generally in favor of things that shift power from government to the people, which crypto can do. This is the power of decentralized communications and having just an open kind of discussion forum where information can move live time. You have everyone in Yahoo Finance, Bloomberg with kind of eggs on their face now because they put this out. And now just immediately you get the Elon Musk Trump partnership, all that stuff popping up. Because, it was a big story when I saw. I was like, wow. But when you really look into it, You got to do your own research. Elon Musk, just spelling that right now. But I don't think, what do you think? Owen, do you think that Trump will ever because we know Trump talked to Elon Musk about working together on kind of like the Starlink, the Tesla, the EV, the electric vehicle rollout. We know that is going on. But if Elon Musk is the guy chosen for that, do you think he's going to chime in about Dogecoin? Like, maybe Doge to the moon at the end of a press conference? Is that a possibility? You don't think so? That'd be over the pocket. That might be over the pocket to think about. But regardless, I think they're going to get along just fine. And even if he's not an outwardly facing advisor for crypto, Elon Musk being anywhere near the White House as an advisor is bullish for Twitter or X now, and crypto alike. He's the Doge father, man. So this is interesting. Came across this. We're going to watch this. This is services are getting weird. I'm just going to leave it at that. Let's have a listen.
There, please. I'll be down in about 5 minutes. Yeah, just leave it at the front.
Can you open the door, please?
Why?
I need to do a pool.
Yeah, but not in my house. You can't.
Why?
I don't know who you are. You're just a delivery.
I have your parcel.
Yeah, and I said thank you. I'll be there in 5 minutes. Just leave it at the front. Thank you.
No, I wait. I need to do a pool. I really need to. I need to. It's heavy.
Yeah. Okay, it's a bit TMI, but my package is heavy as well. So just put it down on the floor and go to a McDonald's or something.
I think my pool is heavier than your package.
Oh my God! Would you let her in? Would you let her in, Owen? Yeah, well, you wouldn't let her. She's holding the package hostage.
Hell.
She's literally holding the package hostage for a poo inside your house. Like, that's awkward, man.
I feel like that's in Canada.
You feel like it's in Canada? I mean, they sound almost like UK. Just way too much information, lady, for one. Yeah, Don't tell me you're going so fast that you can't stop at the local gas station and just relieve yourself. For the love of God, yeah. Fluffy the sheep thinking it's UK. Very awkward. I'm afraid to order things. I am afraid to order things for delivery from like Costco or anything like that, because I've seen just so many videos where people just demand tips, and if they don't get the tip, they take your stuff and they leave with it. They don't give you your stuff. Like, and maybe I'm not in the mood to tip. I'm usually a tipper, but when it's a demand, like I have to tip, then I don't want to. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Then I feel like rebelling a little bit.
Same way.
Yeah. It's not the natural way of things. So, cause like when I was a young man, we would cut giant trees down for people's Christmas tree. And sometimes they would tip us amazing. Sometimes they wouldn't tip us at all. It didn't matter. We still did the damn job. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell? It's kind of concerning. You're growing up in a weird place. So I apologize about that. But yeah. So now we had this story come out, another big news report, but I believe this one is accurate. This is from Reuters, talking about Terraform Labs, Do Kwon agreeing to settle the SEC civil fraud case. Do Kwon looking a lot more hardcore these days. Like when he went in here, when Do Kwon went in, he was a little soft. Let's see here. Pull up his old pic. Yeah, there he is. So soft. Look at the softy. Now, man, hardened up, right? He really learned some things. Singapore-based Terraform Labs and Do Kwon have reached a tentative settlement with the U.S. SEC, which sued them for allegedly misleading cryptocurrency investors before the 2022 collapse of the stablecoin Terra USD. This was the big linchpin that really kicked off our bear market into high gear. For those who weren't around, the deal, but not its terms, were disclosed at a court website on Thursday. Jury found Kwon and Terraform Labs liable on a civil fraud charge at trial in April. Looks like District Judge Jed Rakoff in Manhattan asked the SEC and the defendants to file papers supporting the settlement on June 12th. So let's just see, just for hoots and giggles. I really hope that this thing is not resurging this news, but I would not be. There it is. Oh my God. There it is. Look at this. Out of the thralls of hell, one of the linchpins to the great disaster of 2022 in crypto, trying to come back on the year, still, pretty much flat. I would not be recommending this thing at all. Insane to see that some people are still about it. But Do Kwon has gotten a better chin line in general. I mean, that's a good look for it. Nice to see him come to a settlement. Kwon is going to face related criminal charges in the U.S. and South Korea still. He has still denied wrongdoing. Since his arrest in 23 of March, he has been awaiting extradition from Montenegro, where authorities have gone back and forth on where he should be sent. And there's more incohesion about the world of crypto regulation right there. Now you have jurisdictions in Montenegro and the United States arguing over who deserves this criminal, this prisoner, demanding extradition rights. So that's why I see in the UK and the US, I'm not surprised they're building those inroads. Maybe the world, 50 years from now can find a level of peace and, we can actually see what will be, a larger BRICS tethering back up with the US, maybe if BRICS still exists after this, conflict finally gets done that's going on right now. Just a thought. But what up, Zachary Martin, coming in here hot and heavy, hot damn. All right, so I have some thoughts on, I've been seeing a lot of people wondering, when is Polkadot going to move? When is Cardano going to move? When are the blue chip altcoins going to move, right? I've heard that question time and time again. And I just want to talk about kind of where we're at and the adjustment in where I think this market can land. So at the beginning of the show, I talked about how I think we are actually sitting at a trajectory to accomplish a $9 trillion market cap at our blow off top. That's kind of what I'm looking for within the next blow off top in 2025. Now I'm targeting the middle of 2025. Historically, if it should last just like it did last time, it could go all the way till November of 2025, but just keep that in mind. I'll take my profits ladder out early. Now, if we look at the current situation right now, we have Solana is number 5. We have XRP is number 7. XRP still holding on to number 7 in market cap. Dogecoin at number 8. Cardano sitting here teeter-tottering. Mind you, it is, but it's at a number 9 sitting with a $16 billion market cap. So if we go down the historical time frame here, and here's DOT, and also, DOT we're looking at, DOT is in, let's see, I think it's number, here it is, number 14. I thought it was 15. Number 14 right now, sitting at a $10 billion market cap. So this is just the overall price graph on DOT, and you get the monthly, pumped up from a shelf, and where it's sitting right now, this, supposed, a lot of people are calling, I've heard this be called a head and shoulders. I disagree with that. I think we're just in accumulation and actually getting ready for the next leg up in the markets. Here's the all-time graph, and you can see the major pump in November of 2021. So where the markets were in that historical snapshot, we'll look at 2021 first. So this was the top 10 tokens at the time of the peak of the last bull market. I remember these times well. And now Polkadot was one of the ones I was like, wow, this thing looks new. Probably I'm in my ways. I'm not going to get in on Polkadot. Said the same thing about Cardano at 2 cents that I did at Polkadot at like $3, right? And at the time of the peak, last bull, Polkadot was number 8. Dogecoin still up in there, number 9. XRP still around the same area at number 7, but Cardano was number 6. Solana at number 4, okay? And then obviously Binance, the behemoth. I mean, this thing, it's going to be there. But I'm looking at what is the barrier to entry for a coin to become a top 10 project in the heat of the bull market, right? So I'm using historical data to find the future figure of where I'll be watching for. And right here, you can see that just in general, the barrier to entry to become a top 10 project at the heat of the last bull was around $35 billion. So right now, I'm looking at this, and we talked about the Bitcoin dominance. I don't think we're necessarily going to be falling off a cliff when it comes to Bitcoin dominance, because now we have the ETFs. They're going to be less enthused to just roll over into the lower altcoins. We're at a $34 billion entry point for the top 10. In 2016-2017's run, this level to become a top 10 was at $5.4 billion. Okay, so we went from 5.4 billion 2017 up to 35 billion in 2021. Now, where we sit right now, I actually feel like we have the potential and the trajectory on our market cap to accomplish a $9 to $10 trillion market cap. Now, if things stay generally together when it comes to the Bitcoin dominance and all of those other kind of balance factors within crypto, I'm feeling now that essentially this top 10 that we have currently is going to change for one. There's going to be a changing of the guard, a little bit of flipping and flopping here. And those coins that do make it into the top 10, they're going to have a minimum entry point, in my opinion, somewhere around $150 billion. And that is just judging by all of this insane adoption. And now one thing in particular that comes to my mind, not only for Cardano, I feel Cardano, it is being sought after by the SEC. I think it's going to fail. And I think it's reached that point where it's decentralized enough. They're not going to be able to go after it very effectively at all. But Polkadot has already overcome that challenge of being called a security or not. It's been figured out. It's been deemed that Polkadot is software. It's already got those regulatory pressures off of its back when it comes to it. Sitting here looking at the price, I mean, this is what, honestly, I want any blue chip altcoin to be looking like at the minimum right now. And we are, as I showed on the monthly, in this accumulation kind of ranging zone. Where we're at right now, I actually do feel like now that Polkadot has kind of moved away from the parachains and has moved into more opening up DeFi, a bunch of other type of things, this token is actually one of the contenders I have to consider when it comes to becoming a top 10 token at the next bull market peak. And it's you look at the token supply, we have an upcoming event for token unlock listed in 360 days. But if you really look, oh no, it's not logged in. Hold on, pull my screen down on. I got to log in here because this matters too. On Polkadot, it's a pretty predictable inflation rate. So if I can look at the current amount of tokens in circulation, let's go to that real quick. I got logged in. So the current amount circulating supply is at $1.4 billion. You can see right here. And we go here and just adjust this and go to really, I'm still feeling the mid 2025 to end 2025 for the target date here. So we go to May of 2025, you're at 1.6 billion tokens in place, right? So then go over here and talk about, let's say Polkadot does accomplish all the things, keeps the limelight and the focus on it, and it's actually able to get back into the top 10 of top cryptocurrencies. It is a blue chip. We can't really get away from that. Now, this, you can adjust this for 1.6 bill. I'll go do this right here. Just put in the custom 1.6 bill. And we go to market cap. I don't think it's going to be trillions, but let's say it does accomplish that top 10 spot in reasonable thinking terms and accomplishes 156 bill. That brings the token price to $97 a unit. Now, and that's adjusting for the known inflation level on this project, already having the regulatory kind of a go ahead, the green light with it. And now we're even seeing whispers that it will be one of the applicants for another crypto ETF, a DOT ETF. They sound outlandish at first, but when you see how fast and easy the Polkadot franchise, or just in general, Polkadot itself was able to move past the SEC in being deemed a security. No, it's not. We're software, that's clear. And now they've even taken data from how well parachains did and are adjusting it, now opening up DeFi. You have the founder running out a Jam protocol, which will, the utilization of Jam protocol that's coming out, it's actually paid in Polkadot, the token Polkadot. So it's interesting to see this thing and Cardano, things like Cardano be slept on, and if they're good to bring up for people that, are not ready to be looking in the top 100, top 1,000 crypto projects. They're not, out here. I mean, I know we go real degenerate. We get into some low market caps here, and there's great upside, but there's also something to be said for staying power and for already having overcome all of that regulatory uncertainty. It just gives it a little bit of an edge when it comes to its upside potential. So right now, sitting here at a $10 billion market cap. I think that there is good upside potential for Polkadot from where it sits. And I just had to bring that up because it's the same thing. And, you know, ADA has a kind of a different story when it comes to getting the SEC off its back. I think ADA is one of the most effective proof of stake systems that's actually decentralized. And that's going to help them just really open up the gates when it comes to, you know, institutional interest. It's not there yet, but I think that they have enough decentralization within Cardano to be pretty sought after. Because like I said, we have 200 days until Bitcoin dominance historically has fallen off the cliff. And then all the eyes go to what are these next hot layer ones that we're putting together. We're making sure that they have high development activity for one, community. But it's something that you can't discount. And like when I was in the last market, I discounted Polkadot and Cardano, and both of them absolutely melted. So it is something I just had to highlight for the show because like right now we're at a damn good moment. Now we're going to be working into lower market cap coins, obviously. I'm still heavy on my meme bags, very heavy on my meme bags. But first, before we get into that, Layer 0 is adding Solana to its cross-chain bridge network. Layer 0, this is just another feather in its cap. This thing is going to be all over the place. You know, Layer 0 is something that I'm extremely bullish on. It's basically just breaking down the barriers where, you know, people just can't go from one chain to the next. The easier it gets for people to do so, the more money is able to come into the network for new users. So I like these inroads being set up ahead of time so that when we actually experience the massive influx that I know is coming, that the systems won't break and that we'll have just a smoother operation. It's not a good look to see Solana go down and all of that stuff that goes along with it. So here's something very sad. Owen, you weren't around for the NFT insanity, were you? No. Yeah. I mean, you missed the NFTs last cycle. It felt like they came out of nowhere. And absolutely just exploded. Now, Pepe, for comparison, Pepe is now worth more than every single major NFT project across all blockchains combined. This is absolutely insane. We have, you know, cult followings for many, many of these things, and a picture of a frog has outdone them all as terms of market. Isn't this insane? You know what I mean? And Pepe the Frog, it's a well-known picture. It's an easy to recognize picture. Just absolutely dominating. Like I know a lot of people that got in on NFTs. They made good money, but then they wrote them back down to zero. For the love of God, memes might be the NFT of our current cycle. Insane upside, but my God, it gets ugly on the afterburn there. So pouring some liquor out for the people that are riding NFTs all the way down. It's just absolutely insane. This is crazy. A Bitcoin-based dog token. We've covered it a little bit from Leonidas, the guy with the rune stones. Is the only top 10 meme coin in the green over the past 24 hours. I'm sure that's changed, but I wonder where dog is sitting at. This thing has been absolutely on fire. Let's see where we're at. Dog, go to the moon. Oh my God, up 25% on the day even. These are the absolute animal spirits coming back. $788 million market cap. Just, oh my God. And I believe that people that were in on runestones, I had seen some messages of them getting airdropped this token. And I know Johnny, my buddy here, we do all the research. He got in and he's making money hand over fist on dog right now. So big shout out to that. Just the psychotic meme coin believers, the people that will not live. They will not lose. They will not leave. They just make money. And, you know, you come through painful times like this coin, not coin. Going through painful times. Morel was talking to me about this one. More of a social mining type operation. A lot of social mining, people getting the tokens just from, you know, interacting with it. And right now, it is absolutely resurging to the upside because you get the big shakeout here. And this is the force through the trees for new stuff, is that you have something where you have a lot of people already accumulating it by interacting with the network, being very early on it. And then right here, they're out of ammo. They've gotten their profits, they've sold their bags, but people still believed in it, hammering back into this thing, not coin. Just I mean, this is worth a look because I mean, people were just it's lost, it's dead, it's gone, you lose, and look what happened since then. This is absolutely stupid. I want to pull up maybe an hour chart. Maybe that'll show a little better. This is just ridiculous because this bubble has been dominating for like a week, and a lot of people were saying it was dead. I didn't want to discount Toncoin's entire ecosystem, and it's up 162%. Just ridiculous. Let's look at the other top moves, though. This is where the fun is. This is the changing of the guard in altcoins. What's the other one that's up? Jasmy. Look at this. We've seen this one makes no sense, Owen. Should we dare to go to the website of Jasmy? I'm going. I'm curious. Jasmy. Oh, they've made it better. I feel like they've upgraded the website. This is better. What they got? Company profile. Yeah, because they talk about this like the Bitcoin of Japan. Jasmy. Very, very niche crew on this one. Look at that. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at this thing going. This thing was once $1.30 at initial release right there. Went up to $4.30, down to 3 cents. But then the psychopaths never left the asylum, never cleared the asylum out. And you get this. So people up 88% on that. My God, hats off to you. Ordy, another one. Arweave, this one, now it's 41. God, it keeps climbing up market cap. Keep waiting for a damn pullback on this one to be able to give the signal. I mean, I want to because it's already kind of breaching this. This is kind of the altcoin design you want to see at large. Got the recent nasty bull market. Then you want to see a little bit of health, a little bit of trying to bring it back down. People have their chance to leave. No, they hold it about $26 right here. Now it's up to $43. Holy hell. Absolutely. Shout out to all the Arweave holders out there. WorldCoin, hate it. Probably going to do well. AI. People love scanning their buttholes for some reason. Monero, still sitting here at $145. Ondo up. It's up only like 3.4 for the week, but on the month, still looking good. No Ondo. This is one that is moving around tokenized assets for BlackRock in the background. They don't hide it. They don't really keep it hidden at all. So this one's kind of an obvious pick for me. If I'm looking for something that is within the top 100, I'm still bullish on stacking more Ondo. Bitcoin, wow, it's almost in the top gainers, about 2%. See TIA token coming back. A lot of people don't care about TIA. They will. TIA token's going to go nuts. Caspa still hanging out about 14 cents. Singularity, so nothing huge. Stack's still under $2. It seems reasonable to me. The markets are definitely they feel like they're in this lulled out zone where people just kind of zone out because Bitcoin's not going absolutely parabolic, and they forget that altcoins that will outperform it in a big way are just sitting there right for the picking. It's the juicy time in the markets to be stacking those. Love the Toyota Tacoma. 2001 was a good year. My dad had he had the Tacoma and he had the Tundra. He had one of the original, I think it was a T100 truck, the Toyota T100. That was absolutely ridiculous. Sold Arweave on weeks ago. Chemistry Bro sold Arweave. Don't be so hard on yourself. We got to take profits. Like I literally operate, my monetary operation is out of crypto. I am very, very exposed to crypto. There's a damn good reason. Not only do I say a bunch of insane things on the internet I can get banned for, but I just don't really trust the banks. I don't trust the levels that I showed you this morning, the bank unrealized losses. Seamless protocol, let's check it out. Still very viable for me. Still stacking Seamless. It's not like a huge part of my portfolio, but this shelf it's on right now on the monthly does not look bad. Pull this one up. This is the kind of underdiscovered low cap action that I want to be finding. This one's at an $85 million market cap. So, you could say this about Cardano. They've built it, DeFi lending on base, and the money will come. I have a larger just idea that base ecosystem is going to be outperforming a lot of different things. So thanks for the question, George Martinez. Let's see here. DApps on Cardano. They talk about Stevo has it's a disenchantment with how much they've gotten so far. If you're comparing it to Solana, it's easy to be disappointed, but I still think that there is some light to shine for Cardano. Cardano, we've had Hoskinson in all his conversations. He is trying to get in front of Capitol Hill. A little bit too based for Capitol Hill's liking so far. But if you're looking at ADA right now, I mean, this is an accumulation pattern. Like all the anger and all the news articles, taken out of mind, this is a simple and basic accumulation pattern I'm seeing here. So, as it sits right now, I don't think that it's going to collapse back down. I mean, it'd be very, very bad for it if it collapsed back down to this shelf. I think that the overall bullish market that we're in right now holds it. This is your stair step. This is the next stair step. Things get fun after the stair step, but then it calms down. So, looking at that, checking in on Aerodrome. I got to see if I can get more Aerodrome. I need to get the bags fuller on this one. $1.19 still, just kind of hanging out here. Let's see here. Yeah, see, same kind of thing. I don't think you have it on, the trading view. There we go. Same sort of thing. So you have the stair steps. These are what you call them. You have accumulations on. This is like the realization that, holy shit, we found something big. Base stable coins are increasing while everyone's going down. This is going to be a thing. But then you just have the accumulation zone right now. Kind of honestly looking the same setup. It's actually a really, for just the overall market that we're in right now, I don't think that the ETFs being available to these massive money market managers is going to bring in that true pullback on the upside for Bitcoin. Like I actually am adjusting myself and my expectations to somewhere around the $9 trillion level. I don't think that crypto as a whole is going to outpace the market cap for gold in this bull market necessarily, but I do think that it's going to come damn close. And that would be the 9 trillion, the $10 trillion level. And, in that situation, you can see, insane things happen to our portfolios if that is the case, like we did Polkadot. If Polkadot is able to capture the top 10 in this market, which it was in the top 10 last time, so I'm not discounting doing it, be a $97 token. Let's just say Cardano. Let's just look at what Cardano, just for fun here. Oh, I'm going under the gate. Oh, the gate on the mic. Okay. So I shouldn't whisper like this. Okay, fine, Owen. Fine. All right. So we got 150 bill. Yeah. Geez, a $4.05 token. I'm sure it's not going to be a 20x or whatever, but $4.05 for the token. It's a 10x from where it is right now. I do feel strong that it's going to be around, because that's another thing you have to, when people come up to me and they ask me like, what's something I should hold? It's about what your time preference is too, in a big, big way. Because if you're looking to just get in and out within a month of the bull market going on, you can really have the awesome upside, but then you're not experiencing a full cycle's worth of advancement. So, when I'm looking at Cardano, telling someone about Cardano, in my opinion, not a bad deal. If they're looking at, a recapturing of that level and being a part of the larger upswing in crypto, $4.05 is not a bad take on it. Because at large, like this message, all we have to do is outpace this 6.8% per year. That is the whole goal. Like, other than, sure, we are 10x and 20x and things, but the overall, you want your value to be outpacing the amount of money that they're printing. Put that Cardano in the wallet with XRP. God, I keep forgetting about my XRP, and I keep meaning to hate trade the rest of it. Like, Owen, hear me out. Okay? Hear me out. So I have a long history with XRP, but at this point, now that we know what CBDCs are going to be used for, now that we know that they're basically being built as a prison cell, as a digital prison cell for our future selves, seeing XRP, even if you know, even beyond it actually being used, you're investing early into your future prison cell. Why would we be investing early into something that we know is going to capture our entire life? Why would we find ourselves bullish on something that, sure, you can make $1 million investing in XRP. And a CBDC is pushed down the throats of all these states that don't want it, not only is that going to largely, in my opinion, cause a civil war in the country and a lot of actual problems, because if you don't have an agreement on what's money and what's not money, then you have a big problem on a tax scale for the United States, right? But then this thing's going to be used as CBDCs. Wait, CBDCs have expiration dates, but it's going to be used for CBDCs. But CBDCs can just track your information and block you from purchasing goods if you don't vote the right way. But it's going to be used for them, right? So we need to invest early. It's at a point you just kind of, I get sick from hearing people talk about being excited about a CBDC being implemented on their lives. Like selling not only your generation short on your freedom and prosperity potential, but then just making sure that it's pushed into the larger narrative. And now I opened up the crypto news of the day, and I have to look at 10 different articles talking about $300 XRP incoming. Here's when. And their targets are 2040, right? Great. So by 2040, this will be worth $300. Our deficit, our debt at the United States level is going to be at $50 trillion within the next 10 years. What is that going to do? If something is not intrinsically fixed with the system at large, then you're all off the rails. Hyperinflation comes and it's worth nothing anyways. But just imagine being bullish about the future prison cell for you and your family. That's kind of how I look at XRP investors at this point. I'm not saying this with hate. I say it with love. I'm trying to reach across the table and be like, guys, this is literally your digital doom. This is the way that they're going to control everything about you. You know, tyrants of the past, past cycles, Persia, tyrants, you name it, within whatever superpower that there have been, have never had the immense capability of controlling and understanding exactly what it is that you're purchasing and selling. That is the level up in tyranny that comes from CBDCs. And that is why we need to fight back until we can't even talk anymore. We have to scream from the rooftops about this because it must be stopped at all costs. If our children end up in a situation where they're being tracked at a North Korea surveillance level and they're being psyoped by political pundits that are aggregating their data. You know, we did just a snippet. By the age of 13, the average kid has 72 million data points collected about them. By the age of 13, by these companies. Imagine what they're going to do if it's at a massive scale and all of a sudden they know, let's just use, for instance, your daughter. She's attracted to women. The system is going to know your daughter's attracted to women before she does. The system is going to know your daughter better than she knows herself, better than you know her. So they just aggregate insane amounts of advertising and mold that mind in that certain direction and just put them down that path. And not only that, you think about the control with it, the CBDC also sends the buying information to the top corporations. Because as of right now, if I look around at America, this is a corporately driven organization. We are ran by a Federal Reserve, which is a private institution that has no interest in helping the American person, in control of our literal buying power. Now, if we give them the tool of the CBDC and give them all of that data on top of it, and we just think that, oh, it's okay if I'm investing in this because it's going to make me a bunch of money and I'll be able to escape this. No, this is absolute genetic almost control, because if they have your retina reactions to products, they have your buying pattern to that same product. That is a prison cell I want nothing to do with in the future. And so, the XRP thing, I understand. You guys want upside. I understand there is all that hope and potential out there, but for F's sakes, just realize what you're involved with. And just look at what they're doing with CBDCs right now. The proof is in the pudding. I'm not pulling this out of my ass. This isn't Project Dragonfly conspiracy theories that were wiped off of YouTube when they originally came out and ended up being true. Imagine that. This is real stuff. So, I had a long time on the lawnmower this weekend thinking about my fellow people in crypto that hold XRP. Just consider what is going on at large. So, and I know it's crypto's record tracking, but you know what? they're not aggregating that to Coca-Cola. They're not aggregating that to whatever. It's such a larger conversation than just crypto open transactions and history. You can see that there's so much on like a cellular level that I just have to oppose CBDCs at every inch of my being. So with that, there's all the explaining I can do. Now we're going to meme coinville because we're printing money with meme coins right now. It's insane. Melania Trump coming back for me. Oh my God. Owen, break out the beer. Owen, where's the thing? Where's the sound? Did you do it? Oh my God. Look at this candle, bro. MAGA wife coming in for me. 150K market cap. Oh my God. This is insane. I love opening up my deck screener and seeing this. Let's see what else we're doing here. Up 2,200% on Dookie, Shaduba Dookie. Oh my God. Bump up 2,000%. So the 2,000% gainers, both Omni projects, Dookie, Shuba Dookie. Holy shit. And then bump bag with Coke. Look at us. Look at us go. Look at us. This is what a fair launch, good old wholesome meme coin action looks like. You get the initial buys, you get the entry points for like what? 13. I was seeing some of these transactions down here. I'll pull this up. Look at some of these guys. Look at some of these guys. So these are the transactions. You can find them on Dex Tools. And you can go to the cells and you can just check out. Look at this. Short amount of time. Bought 105 worth, sold 174. Good on you. You don't know the smile it brings across my face seeing this. Bought 14, sold for 36. Tiny plays, tripled up, no big deal. This thing is alive and well. It's got juicy volume. Hot damn, we're at 87K market cap. You guys are amazing. And you have, oh my God, what is this? We have a Twitter. We have a Twitter. This is huge. This is the new future of finance. You know what? I had a bump transaction last night. Fastest transaction I've ever had in crypto. Fastest transaction I've ever experienced. Probably to do with the name. No big deal. This is just absolutely lovely to see. We got to look at the other memes. Very excited about MAGA wife too. Holy cow. Up 167. Now look at this beef. Giving up some down to 69K. This one ranges. This one ranges pretty hard. VCAT still holding on to this one. VCAT's down 3% on the day. $4 million market cap, but I love that dancing cat. So hodl till I die probably. Here's Black Dragon, 4.6 mil. Wisdomize, still love this project. I'm actually going to be using Wisdomize. I'm going to be going in and using some of my Wisdomize bag to go actually let AI do some trading for me. I'm going to go into this thing and actually give it some of my bucks and see how it does out on chain, because it's been putting some pretty good numbers on, honestly. Wisdomize and then Dark Baron. I ain't giving this one up. This one is gonna rise just like Trump. When they go after Trump on the stand and Dark Baron is standing next to him. And this is one of the ones I'm just a psycho, always hodl till I die. People that just want to see D-Bar just absolutely go nuts. But these are, you don't get wins like the 2,000% without being involved with the ground floor. That's, we're talking sub 50K market caps. So I'm looking into getting into. These are some of them. Then you get the fun chaos of this. God, I don't know. I'm gonna let it ride. And let me know in chat. Should I sell this? I mean, I got in at like a 10K market cap or something like this. 130. I'm just gonna let it. No, I'll probably take off. I think I'm gonna have MAGA wife, brand new. It had a pretty clean bill of health on my soul scanner, so I'm gonna stick with it. This is the lovely chaos. What a day. Oh God, I love opening the meme coin section of crypto, guys. Like, if you can't tell, it gets me excited. Like, these are like the small plays turning, a fraction of a percent of my portfolio into actually something pretty big. Meme coins. This is the chaos showing it. And we should know the chaos is here. It's written in the stars. Pepe, just to reiterate, Pepe is sitting here in the billions of dollars of market cap, $6.2 billion market cap, of a picture of a frog. Absolutely incredible. So good on you, Pepe, leading the charge. This is like the canary in the coal mine of what we have right now. Just absolutely lovely. But I appreciate all you. Glad to see all you in the chat. Small face no toe. F Ukraine. Send me a DM on Discord. F Ukraine. Crypto Stevo. What do we got? VZ Fat Cat. Just Jim. All the people. Weird Sister down in Rumble chat. Appreciate all you. I'll see you tomorrow. Probably going to see some fireworks in Bitcoin. It's going to probably try 70K. So we'll see if it breaks over. And until then, I bid you adieu. Goodbye.